Alright, first official test of the EVGA Lite. Streaming on the PS4, or streaming from the PS4. Trying to test both the game audio, make sure that my screeching PS4 isn't being picked up. What I'm hoping is that the clarity here, and this is just recording so far, not a stream, but my hope is that the clarity is going to be much better compared to streaming from the PS4, because I remember streaming from the PS4 was very washed out and kind of grainy and pixelated. And I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm not going to try and do anything too fancy. But just looking at Streamlabs at the moment, it looks okay. On my display monitor, it's a little washed out and a little bright, but I'm worried that adjusting it here might make the actual recording brightness a little too dark. So like right now, now let's see what that looks like right in the middle. How's that look? So I mean, it still looks good, but I'm worried that might be too dark. And it actually still looks a little washed out for me on my main output display. But it looks good on the recording, like the maximum brightness for like the headlights there, the shadows. If all that still looks good, I guess it's alright. I guess the real test would be in here. And unfortunately I have to play this in a little bit of a weird audio setting with the output coming through Streamlabs. So hopefully the recording itself doesn't have like an echo effect or anything. I think I did say to mute output so that only I'm hearing it. Get some hot sauce while we're here. I think that, no, that's beer and liquor. They should have some hot sauce here, right? Some impromptu shopping while we're here. Looks like everything is free. No one's here. Got some teas. Pretty decent selection of teas for a tiny gas station too, I'll have to say. And this is from the 90s? I don't remember gas stations being this accommodating in the 90s, but I also wasn't doing as much traveling back then. So yeah, hopefully the quality's coming through. Just taking a look at Streamlabs here. It looks like, I guess the quality is good enough. And I'll really see it when it's all blown up, but so far so good. Took a little while. Took a little while to get like working. My computer was having a hard time like properly detecting it, but looks like we're okay. Still think we should grab some juice or something. There's a lot of good stuff going to waste back here. Come on, zombie apocalypse, you gotta stock up.
Hey, what the hell?
Alright. Let's see how this all looks. I don't remember any of these controls, so I'm probably gonna get myself killed here. And when I was selecting the source for this in Streamlabs, I just left all the other settings default. Beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know if any additional adjustments might be advised. Pardon me, I feel like I remember her running animation being a little faster. Maybe that's just me. Like, I feel like I am running. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because this is like the intro area or something.
Don't shoot. Get down. We gotta get out of here.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later. When we're safe.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay, I am noticing a little bit of a delay here too. I guess I didn't notice it before, but at least for me, the audio, since I have it streaming, or outputting to me from Streamlabs, it's very slight. It's like less than half a second. But I was noticing it when Leon was talking there. That might be an issue for gameplay, especially since like that's what I'm using for my primary audio source.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah. Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Oh. It's a good thing we found each other.
And my other option for
What to expect anymore.
trying to find a good way to stream PS4 stuff to like my PC was remote play, which I have experimented with. The downside was that it was reliant on internet connection, and even during regular remote play sessions without streaming anything, there was occasionally like lags and other issues and connection problems. So I think just to avoid, you know, piling on the bandwidth with remote play and streaming, this was probably my cleaner option. And I'm pretty impressed so far. Just a $60 little capture card. You know, I heard about other capture cards before, and they all sounded a little too advanced for me. Pretty out of my price range too, at least for my comfort zone. But this one is, yeah, 60 bucks, plug and play. Some very minimal tinkering on my PC in the Streamlabs, and yeah, looks like we're up and running.
Attention all citizens. Due to the citywide outbreak, you are advised to take shelter at the Raccoon City Police Station.
Yeah, it looks a little dark in Streamlabs, but I think that might be appropriate for this game.
There's something.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no
No,
survivors?
there's survivors. It's a big city. There has to be.
I remember back when this game came out, it was one of the first games I'd ever, actually it was the first game I'd ever actually decided to pre-order.
Looks like we're walking.
You know, I'm instinctively against the idea of pre-orders just because it's like, well, you don't quite know what you're getting. Like, what if you end up not liking it? You've already blown a bunch of extra money on this thing. You know, generally speaking, I like to gather some opinions on things first before I throw down money for them. But because I loved the original Resident Evil 2 so much, and I liked all the, you know, promotional material I'd seen for this game, I was like, I have to, I just gotta do it. And despite this game having, I guess what I would call limited replay value, compared to a lot of the other games I like to invest in, I ended up absolutely loving this game. It was completely worth pre-ordering. Unfortunately, that kind of like left me in a position of, oh, what do you call it? Mismanaged expectations when it comes to pre-ordering. Because, you know, I pre-ordered this, my first time, despite all of my other hesitations. It was amazing, and suddenly I felt like maybe pre-ordering isn't so bad. And so I pre-ordered Resident Evil 3 as well, the remake when it came out. And I did not have the same sentiment. Don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. But I did not have the same reaction that I had to this one, I'll say that much. I definitely felt like I should have waited until it came on sale. But this game? Absolutely worth the pre-order.
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
I can't stay here. It's not safe.
Oh shit. Go on ahead.
Yeah, even through my headphones I can hear my PS4 just like roaring. Like, it's a PS4 Pro and this game is
Gotta keep moving.
relatively taxing. But I'm used to playing it in the living room where it's farther away, so the sounds are not as ridiculous. But right now I'm up in my office here, hooked up to my PC, and I have my PS4 right on the desk, and it is just blaring. So hopefully the
Police station.
modest noise cancelling function for the mic is okay, cutting some of that out, and in the process it's hopefully not like chopping up my voice trying to compensate. Alright, and there we go. Alright, I think that's probably a sufficient test. Enough visual and audio data. Figure out if that's going to be good for me. When I do decide to finally start streaming PS4 stuff, I don't know if it'll be this or something else, but yeah. See how this is.